Hey, Bradley and crew, this is from Randy. How do you go about managing VAs that charge you hourly and making sure I don't pay hourly. I've got one VA that I pay hourly. That's it. And that's the truth. I got one VA that I pay hourly. And then I've got a couple of other VAs that are occasionally there's certain tasks that they do that they're paid hourly, but my entire team is paid on a per task basis. It's like a network marketing model. It really is. It's, think about it. When you pay somebody by the hour, what is their incentive to become more efficient? They don't have any. In fact, isn't their incentive the exact opposite of what you want it to be? To slow down, right? Because they're getting paid by the hour. I pay everybody on a per task basis. So they have, it's in their best interest to become more efficient and more productive because they can make more money. They can write their own paychecks. I talked at length about this for the last mastermind webinar that I did. I spent an hour at least talking about how to structure and how I've structured my organization and my team and how they get paid. So anyway, I would encourage you to come join the mastermind if for nothing else, just for that. Okay. Says, how do you charge hourly and making sure you've been competitive but getting good profit margins on what you charge out to your clients? Again, I don't charge hourly. Why I like charging or paying on a per task basis is because I know exactly what my costs are. For every item that my team executes, I know precisely what my costs are. So I know exactly what I can charge and I know exactly what my profit margins are. When you pay hourly, how do you do that? I mean, maybe you guys have figured out a way. I don't care. I mean, that's great if you did. I'm not interested in hearing it. It's because I don't pay by the hour. But what I'm saying is it's much more difficult to determine what your margins are when you're paying hourly. But when you pay on a per task basis, you know, when this item has been executed, it cost me this much, period. Right. There's no argument there. So it's really, and I learned that and this was in the presentation. I talked about this at the end of our, my presentation at SEO at the Beach, but right here, this book, No BS, this is Dan Kennedy, the No BS book series, Ruthless Management of People and Profits. Go buy that book or buy the audiobook, listen to it, read it, whatever. That book right there will change your business. It did for me. And that's where once I've read that, and I listened to it first and then I read it. So I've both listened to it and read it. That book right there changed my business. It really taught me the importance of understanding your margins. And that's why I switched entirely to a task-based payment system or compensation plan because of that reason. And it made my business much more profitable too. And my entire team is incredibly loyal and they're super happy because they make so much more money than they could if they were being paid by the hour. I can pay my team members $6 an hour and they're in the Philippines, or I can pay them $60 an hour because they're producing for me on a per task basis. And that's literally what they make. I mean, I'm not kidding. My team makes a ton of money and they're incredibly loyal and very appreciative of it. And it's great because I actually became more profitable when I started paying on a per task basis. So anyway, a fan of the task model that Bradley suggests for VAs, but I also do software development. I found it very hard as all developers want hourly rates. Yeah, I can't speak on that just because I don't have any kind of team members that are like that. So I really don't know what to say. Maybe Adam or Chris, do you guys have any
milestones for software developers? So you basically, instead of tasks, you basically have defined milestones and you pay them per that.
Adam?
Yeah, I would just say kind of classic management, right? And maybe promote a team leader from within as soon as you can. Like I have people that do stuff more on the creative side. And so for them, I could probably get it down to piecework, but I haven't had the need, nor do I particularly want to. So for them, it's just making sure that, you know, costs are in line and then having someone else manage them wherever possible.
Yeah, and I just hired a software developer to build a link building app for me. It's a reporting app. Anyway, and that's how we've structured that. And that was with some support and help from Jeremy Notzelman from Press Advantage, because I've never hired a developer and managed that myself. And so Jeremy offered very graciously to help guide me with that. And he actually found the developer for me and everything. And I just hired him, and that's what we're doing. I am paying him by the hour, but exactly what Chris just mentioned a moment ago, which is setting milestones. So that's like how we judge the performance, and everything is based on milestones. And then that's when he gets paid too, is when certain milestones are set. So, or met, excuse me. So I don't have a lot of experience with that. So that's just why I can't, sorry, Randy, I can't give you a better idea on that. Like I said, I just switched everything over to task-based, and I'm so grateful that I did. So